What's up, those who play games? Welcome back to more Civ. Last time we started burning down Brazil cities. We're going to decide if we want these or if we don't want these this episode. And today, we're just rebuilding, getting back to the happy life. Gonna get some workers, improve Rio. Look at all these freaking citadels that I have towards Denmark. He doesn't stand a chance, man. I got this game in the bag. Although he is rising with everyone except for myself. Although now that I have all of Brazil's culture, he probably isn't going to be rising anytime soon. You may notice I just went from negative 14 to positive 19 happiness. That's because Brazil's dead. And with Brazil dead, I have control of the World Congress, so I could also win by diplomacy if I want to. It's just going to take a bit. Don't particularly want to wait that long because Denmark is insane. And he could win by space or win by tourism or whatever if he were to do that in time. Or if he... failing to think of my words here. Denmark could win by space or tourism or whatever if I gave him time to do that, and I don't want him to do that. So we have to stop him before he wins by space or something. What I'm doing right now is checking the techs to see how much points they cost us, and if some techs cost fewer points than others, then I will know that he has those techs. Now I'm just rearranging this for maximum tourism and just putting it all in one good city and everything like that. I can get a lot of modifiers if I play my cards right. Like, for example, I believe I have Broadway, so if I get 3 great works of music from the same era and the same Civ, life is good. I think I mentioned that song in a different recording or something. This guy was like, I don't know, it's shouldn't mention that song again. Let me think of new material. So, what games has everyone been playing? Everyone at my work plays Valorant. I ain't never played that once in my life, so I don't know nothing about it, right? But Valorant is a cool game, I think. People compare it to COD, and I'm like, so is it like realistic or what? And they're like, no, it's not realistic. And I'm like, why are you comparing it to COD? Like, when I think of like a first-person shooter that isn't realistic, I think of Overwatch. Also, look at the freaking destruction I'm doing to Denmark's territory. He does not stand a chance. I think what a good idea... Also, did you see those pointy sticks? I think what a good idea is put like a bunch of units like Mobile SAMs or XCOMs or something on top of all of those citadels. But like I said, I record this post-commentary and then I watch it like live and I'm like figuring out what goes on. It's like a newscaster, right? Like when Smash commentators are like destruction and all that, right? That's what I'm doing right now. Like when I saw Brazil got nuked, I was like, destruction. Making a lot of Smash Bros references lately. I don't even play that game like at all. Like my whole life I told myself like when Banjo-Kazooie gets into Smash, I'm gonna buy a Smash just for them. And Banjo-Kazooie's in Smash now and I never bought it. I don't know, it just Smash Melee was cool. It was a really good sequel. I remember when it came out, I was like I don't know, like 2. Maybe not even, maybe I may have been like 1. But I remember it coming out and it was like, we played it like the night it came out. It was like one of the very first memories I have in life, and we played the Ice Climber stage and it was like freaking impossible. We were like, what is this, right? We were so confused as to what was going on. And then, let's see, after Smash Melee came out, Smash Brawl came out, and I really like Smash Brawl. Smash Brawl is like one of my favorite games, and it's purely for the Subspace Emissary. It's such a good game for that. I'm also selling buildings in these burning cities, that way I don't have to worry about them. I'm at positive 44 happiness now, which means I should get a golden age any second. Well, that's not true. I have 3,000 points to a golden age, but maybe I should get a golden age soon. But yeah, Smash Brawl was really good. Smash Melee was really good. Smash 4, it was okay. Smash 4 is around the time I started like to play games seriously and like not for like jokes, and I think a lot of people were like that with Smash 4. It was kind of like the perception, right? Like Brawl was bad, so everyone played Melee, and since everyone played Melee, like then Denmark killed Melbourne, and Denmark killed Melbourne so he could get closer to me. And so when people played Melee all the time, they got really try-hardy and sweaty. And I don't know why people said Brawl was bad. Like, yes, tripping, but like, The rest of the game is really cool, I feel like. Even the sucky stages like Hand and Bow, or whatever the stage is with the lily pads, that was a good stage. So all you Brawl haters, get out of my face. Alright. Denmark instantly took Melbourne, so I'm a bit of a spooky kind of guy. And we're going to basically try to... When we attack him, we will either go over Chichen Itza, Melbourne, Zanzibar, that area, or we'll just move in on Thebes. I feel like the smarter move... I guess there's 4 things... I guess there's 5. There's 5 things I could do. The first is aggress into the Zanzibar area. The second is aggress into the Thebes area. The third is to declare war and stay defensive in the Zanzibar area. The fourth is to declare war and stay defensive in the Thebes area. And the fifth, which is the best military-wise, but the hardest to execute because it requires the most amount of time in production. The best after that is to do wars on 2 fronts, right? Which is probably what I'm going to have to do. It's just I don't have the resources to do that. Denmark stole some of my land, but I don't really care as long as he doesn't steal my uranium. Although I have 10 uranium now, so I can make 10 nukes, and all will be right in the world. So Babylon's still at 4 pop. I'm just trying to improve these tiles, that way it can become a somewhat decent city. And I'm actually not doing terrible on money anymore. I'm trying to do my money the best there is. These guys are perpetually at war with one another. It's a weird glitch with city-states. I don't know how it happens, but Wellington could take over Colombo real quick. Although it looks like Colombo... Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Colombo used to be the #1 civ in this game, and now look at them, getting killed by a city-state. Oh, how embarrassing. Put a great engineer on that guy. Port is still taking forever. I'm building it kind of just because I want to. I have no reason not to. I don't need the happiness, but I guess I'm building it just because I want to. Kind of like I don't know, it may have been a waste of my time. I do have, in general, just something later I want to mention about Prora, but I'll mention it when the time is right. Just something kind of general about Prora and why it's good, why it's bad, whatever. I mean, it's definitely not bad. It's a great wonder. Alright, still working on Palenque. We're going to try to get Palenque and Rio up to snuff, so that way they can be competitive with the rest of my cities. And we might go for gunboat diplomacy, or we might go for... we already went for Claustrut's Legacy, or we might go into commerce. Whatever's gonna... Money is... I'm stricken for money right now, but I can't deny gunboat diplomacy is really freaking good. Alright, just lost a lot of luxuries and stuff with Denmark. Or sorry, it was the trade with Denmark where I had to declare war in Brazil, so I just, like... That trade ended, so I actually just got stuff back. That's what it was. He lost stuff, I did not lose stuff. But yeah, we're putting people on top of these citadel tiles, XComs, and just leaving them there. Alright, we got gunboat diplomacy, and it didn't work. I can't intimidate any of these city-states right now, so kind of a waste of my time, but oh well. For the uninformed, gunboat diplomacy is you get influence per turn if you can demand tribute from a city-state, and your troops are more effective at demanding tribute from city-states, which is pretty good. Although on Deity it's hard to take it, especially when you have #1 military. I don't know what the formula is, but the way tributing is calculated is that it's what is it? It's the combination of your military score in relation to the city-states, your military and how close they are to the city-states, and your military in relation to all the other civs in the game. And so the guy in first place is going to have a much better time demanding tribute than the guy in last place, even if they both have more men than the city-state. If the city-state has a pledge of protection, it's even harder to demand tribute from them. If the city-state hates you, it's hard to demand tribute from them. I don't know, just a bunch of stuff. I'm putting railroads down. It's more maintenance, but I think I'm at a point where I can kind of start to afford it, maybe, sort of, kind of. So, there's really nothing I can go on about strategy right now, other than I'm just getting money, and I'm getting military, and I'm getting rid of the fallout and everything in between. So I'm just going to talk about other stuff. I recently had the privilege of reading Thus Spake Zarathustra by Nietzsche, and it was a really cool read. Although it was kind of a bit, for someone who doesn't read, you know, I was a freaking idiot in English class. English class was like the only freaking class I always, that's not true. English class was one of the many classes I always did bad in high school and middle school and what have you not. And so, I don't know if you guys have read Thus Spake Zarathustra, but it is a very in-depth, uses a lot of untraditional words to kind of read. And I was like, dude, what the F is this? Half the time I was reading, I was like, what is he talking about? I had to Google. In that book, he says the words verily, V-E-R-I-L-Y. He says that a lot, right? I had to Google what verily meant, because I didn't know what verily meant, and I felt so stupid. But yeah, it's a good book. In the book, he talks about how, I mean, if you guys are familiar with Nietzsche, you know, whatever, epic rap battles of history, that, like, portrayal of him, right? That's kind of where his whole shtick comes from. People consider him a nihilist, however you say it. I always thought it was nihilist. Which, I've also heard could not be further from the truth. And I think I agree with that. I think it is further from the truth. I think Nietzsche thinks there's a lot of meaning in life, and it's really up to people to make a name for themselves, right? I don't think he thinks life is pointless, and I don't think everyone's seen the meme with like the Gen Z kid and the millennial kid saying like life is meaningless, and the Gen Z kid thinks it's freaking sweet and the millennial kid is sad and depressed. Everyone's seen that picture. I don't think Nietzsche is like sad and depressed that life has meaning. I think he's I mean, I don't know. He dislikes that humans he definitely was of the belief that God was the evidence of, like, I don't know, I guess like Darwin or whatever has like proved that God didn't exist, and he definitely was like, this is a terrible thing for humans, because humans are not supposed to know that there is not a God, right? But he's like, now that we do know it, it's terrible. Ooh, Babylon's rising on me now, and he's rising on the Maya, so I don't have as much time as I thought. Or did I say Babylon? Denmark is rising on me and on the Maya, so I don't have that much time, right? But anyways, Nietzsche was like, in that book, he was always mentioning like, oh, we've killed God, blah, 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 right? And I'm like, I'm reading it, and it's like, by killing God, it's like, by coming to the realization of all these different scientific whatevers, and then like, it's just like, it's like, I don't know who said this, but some freaking philosopher or scientist or whatever was like, beware of unearned knowledge, right? And he said it in like reference to LSD or something, right? Where like, if you take these things that teach you so much and you're just gonna have this otherworldly experience, then you should honestly be fearful, which I thought was pretty interesting. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you for watching.